Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across the globe, I greet you with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace be with you. Ameen. Before I begin my episode, I'd like to remind you that this beautiful greeting that we use is the greeting of the dwellers of paradise. MashaAllah. This is part of the good news that we carry and exchange with each other. Yes, it is the greeting of the dwellers in paradise. And now we are using it. We are using it in our daily basis, hoping inshallah Allah will grant us paradise. Ameen, ameen. Dear viewers, welcome to this program. So we would be able to read one of the verses that Allah mentioned in the Quran, because we said that this book of Allah, all of it from cover to cover, from the first letter to the last letter, all of it are words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you can see yourself the uniqueness of the texts. You will say that, yes, I have never ever heard such a thing like that, simply because it's the verbatim of Almighty Allah, and it had been kept safe, unchanged from any kind of alteration or changes throughout all these years. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself guaranteed this. There is not a single change in the entire Quran. And that's why you find that every Muslim, every believer is so proud of that Allah himself guaranteed that it will never change until the end of this universe. Today I'm going to cover one of the verses, and very short, perhaps one or two verses, but it's very critical. Before I do this, I'd like to ask this question to a non-believer. Would you like to be a Muslim? Would you like to be a believer? Or do you love the other side, to be non-believer, to be a kafir? What is your opinion? Please think of it. And this verse that I'm going to cover today is the comment of, is the statement that Allah said about the state of the kafirin, the disbelievers, on or after the day of judgment, which will express kind of deep sorrow about their situations. So that's why I would say that a verse like the one that we are going to read and discuss today may equal $1 billion or more. Yes, I'm very serious. Some people who are capable financially, they are willing to pay $1 billion or more for such kind of knowledge that they will learn from this meeting today. This is verse number 2 and 3 in chapter number 15 in the entire Quran. Let me say it first. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين. ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين. It talks about how much would those who disbelieved wish they had been Muslims. Then the following verse, ذرهم يأكلوا ويتمتعوا ويلههم الأمل فسوف يعلمون. Meaning, leave them to eat and enjoy their eating and their life and enjoy all the kind of enjoyment that they have, and let them be preoccupied with the false hopes or false fantasies. They will come to know the truth. Meaning, I'll begin from the beginning, and the strongest opinion of the interpretation of this verse is after the day of judgment. Try to imagine, you are talking about a big span, and the span of this book is so wide. It talks about issues that are very critical and very important, not in this world, but later. Not even on the day of judgment. The strongest interpretation of this verse tells that this is the situation of the kafirin after the day of judgment. This will be their abode, and they will see that they are dwelling in hellfire, and some of the believers will be with them. Yes, I say some of the believers will be with the kafirin, and the difference between the two of them is not forever. That the dwellers, the kafirin of hellfire, will be there forever. The believers will be with them temporarily, and then they will be forgiven by the mercy of Allah, and they will go to paradise. Then, and only then, the disbelievers, the kafirin, will confess it, utter it so loudly that they wish to be Muslims. Because in the beginning, they would try to tease the believers, saying that you had been promised to be in paradise, but now you are in hellfire with us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be so upset for this statement. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show His mercy to the believers, that He will take them out of hell and He will put them in paradise. Then the disbelievers will feel that sorrow in their heart, and then they wish to be Muslims. They wish they would have been Muslims because of that torture in the hellfire. The severity of this torture make them, and all of them will feel that they missed the opportunity. Now we are telling you about this situation. Ask yourself, where will you be after the day of judgment? Will you be among the dwellers of paradise, or will you be in the other place with the dwellers of hellfire? Be serious. Take it seriously. And ask the people who are expert. They will definitely guide you. The Muslim scholars will tell you frankly, and they will charge you not. They will not take any money from you. They are so sincere to tell you the truth, what is going on in that time. And only then you would feel that some people feel so sorry to be among the dwellers of hellfire. Even momentarily, even for the short time, nobody wants to be there. And that's why you will find other verses that tells us and motivates you to run away from that place, run away from hellfire. Don't wait until it happens to you or to me or to anyone. You don't want to see anybody there. But it is not a matter of wishes. It's a matter of working very seriously in this world, in this life. From now on, ask yourself, how about your deeds and your belief system? Is it correct? Do you need to check it? How many times you checked all the lists and all the items in your belief system to guarantee that? How much money do you pay when you go to a doctor to treat your brain or to treat your heart or to treat your nerve system? I'm quite sure those who are patient, those sick people, they paid a lot of money. And I'm sure, thanks to the technology that is available around us, you can get access to hospitals and to operation rooms to see the calamities and the horror that happens in these operation rooms. And nobody wants to be there. Yet, luckily, some of them are rich enough or they have this kind of insurance system, they are covered financially. But how much do they pay? How much do they cost their governments and their local governments? They cost them a lot. But how much are they willing to pay to examine their belief system in order to see their situations in the hereafter? Are they here with those dwellers, or will they be there with those dwellers? It is a very important kind of evaluation that you can do in your lifetime. And be serious, how many times have you checked yourself, whether you are a believer or non-believer? And what is the result of this kind of evaluation? This is the time. This kind of knowledge that we are discussing today, we are putting on the table for discussion today, is something very critical in our life. Not only this life, because the result of these evaluations, the results of these checkups will lead either to be in this abode or to be on that abode, either to be with the people who are going to enjoy their second life in paradise, or whether they will be with those who will feel such terrible kind of torture and terror in hellfire. This is what we are discussing today, and decide from now on, if you make these kind of checks up, and I'm quite sure there are many Muslim scholars that they are willing to do this. Some of them may charge you some money, some of them, the majority of them, will not. But whatever amount of money we are going to pay, at least this would help us to tell us which direction are you going to. Is it that direction, the good direction that everybody aspires to be, or the other direction, the opposite direction? Isn't it valuable knowledge? It is. It is the most valuable knowledge that all of us need, me, you, and every viewer. Let's do our job and take the advice that's said in many locations scattered in this beautiful book that we have. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. Run away to Allah. He's the only one who can save us. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. And hurry up. Don't wait. Don't spend any minute in your life without running away to Allah, without resorting to Allah, the creator of the entire universe. If you do this, you will start to feel differently. You will be really thinking in the right way. And I'm quite sure that thousands of people, if not millions, are willing to pay whatever it costs them to make this kind of evaluation. Let them evaluate their system, evaluate their belief system. Let them discover and know as early as possible before we die and we lose all the opportunities. We have the opportunity. We are still alive. We heard the news, yet we need to go to the second step to take some actions. And the actions we need is to make evaluation for our belief system. When in doubt, if you need assistance, I'm quite sure that plenty of scholars will help you. Or you can contact us to this program, and some of even the viewers will share their experience and will share their knowledge with you, hoping that it will be beneficial. And I'm sure it is. It is very important before we miss the opportunity completely and we lose all hopes. Nobody does. Nobody wants to be in this position. And we can avoid this by doing our work, our job. The requirement for this is to start learning about these evaluations. These evaluations that evaluate your belief system. There are lists, check-up lists. And once you answer the first and the second and the third question, when you are ready after that, you will be given the result. And I'm quite sure that if there is something wrong in this evaluation, in the results, you can work on them. And that we are still alive. So the window of mercy is so wide to all of us. Allah is so merciful that we can enjoy His mercy once we follow His footsteps of guidance. The guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides us in this book and in the sunnah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is enough for us to do the corrections. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.